Hey guys, welcome to my channel Glen. My name's Glenn and I'm trying to share with you what I learned in the world of cryptocurrency. I actually done a video yesterday stating about the big Z9 versus the Z9 minis, but I didn't get too much into the profitability of them and how much they mine you a day and stuff like that, because that seems to be changing literally on an hourly basis. So I thought I would do a separate video for it so that it can be its own topic, and obviously I can go into more depth without creating like an hour-long video. So let's get right into it. So I'm on the website that I like to use called what2mine.com. You can put in how much hash rate that you're getting out of your machine, which if you watched that video yesterday, you'll see that I'm getting about 48,000 souls from the big Z9. So it produces watts from the wall of 1100. So let's click the calculate button here and see our results. So you can see that we're earning about $22 a day, but then once you take out electricity costs, you're actually left with about $19 to $80 per day. Now if we was to actually work that out over a month, as of today is the 23rd of September, by the way, if you're watching this video at a later point, let's just round it up and say, well, let's do 18.5 times that by 31 days in a typical month. You're looking at $573. How does that compare to what we've actually spent? So what I've done is, I don't know if you guys remember, I've done a spreadsheet how much I've spent all in total on the Z9 minis, and I've copied the formula for obviously the big Z9. So you can see here, this is everything I've spent on the Z9 minis, and actually doing this made me realise I didn't include delivery costs. I've had to add that in. So these I've done here down the bottom a completely separate table for the Z9 Big Daddy version, I like to call it. So I've copied the same formula as above, and you can see here I've included the Z9 itself, the PSU unit, the customs tax, the delivery charge, some Ethernet cables, kettle lead, and a couple cable ties. Everything else I already had here. So the actual bare bones of what we spent is about $4,347. British pounds was 3,320, and in Bitcoin it equates to about just over half a whole Bitcoin. That is what we've spent all in total on the big Z9. Right, so if we get our figure, let's work out how long it's going to take to get a return on investment on this machine based on today's difficulty and today's coin prices. So we have got $4,347. Divide that by 18.5. It's going to take us 234 days. Now let's divide that by, say, 30 days. So that will give us 7.8. So it's going to take us 8 months to get a return on investment. Now remember, when I first looked into these machines, they were a return on investment of about a month to 2 months. So that has obviously quadrupled since I've, or even octupled, I don't know what times 8 is actually. But yeah, it's gone up significantly, and I would imagine that's going to carry on happening, so you do have to bear that in mind. But then, to be fair, on the flip side of that, I can imagine also that Bitmain will lower the price of these machines. As of right now, recording this video, the Z9 is still selling for $3,000. So generally the trend that seems to happen with these is that as the profitability of the machines go down, so does the price from Bitmain itself. We've seen this with the Z9 Mini. It has dropped down to $793, was $2,500 at one point. Now the Z9 is still at $3,091, plus you've got to add on the power supply unit for another $105, plus a delivery charge about $180, depending on what country you live in, obviously. So you're looking at another $300 to $400. Then you have to include customs tax. Now I know that this is a hot topic at the moment because apparently in America they've really upped the rates depending on where you live. So some people are paying like 25–30%. Someone in the Philippines contacted me and said that they pay around 25% currently. Obviously I've just paid about $700 in import tax. So you're looking at a total cost of about, just to round it up, about $4,000 for that machine. I would imagine that's going to come down in price. The machine's probably going to come down in price, but I'm obviously doing this video as of today, and as of today, the figures I'm quoting, you're looking at an 8 to probably 10-month return on investment, if I'm being completely honest. Now, if the price of that dramatically drop and we start seeing a big Z9 for like some of the others down here, $300, $400, $500, then yeah, it'll be a completely different story. But as of today, you are looking at a 10-month, maybe even a year return on investment, depending on how the difficulty goes in comparison to obviously the price of the coins. Now, I say that because the difficulty of Equihash has risen dramatically. It was between sort of 15 to 18 million for quite a while. And we saw towards the end of August, beginning of September, you can see on this graph here that it started to ramp up. So you can see here around about the 15 million mark. That was at the beginning of September. We're now on the 23rd of September, and the difficulty has now spiked to around 28 to 35 million. And I would imagine this is going to get worse as more and more of these machines start getting plugged in and mined. So therefore, obviously, it's less profitable than it was then. And I'm saying this because if you're watching this video in a month's time, please do your own research. Please check out what the difficulty is, the profitability of the machines, then the cost of the machines, and also your cost of electricity. You have to take all of those factors into account. So we've seen the difficulty rise between 28 to 35 million, depending on the day. Currently at 34 million right now. I would imagine that's going to keep going up. So we're going to see sort of 40 to maybe 42 million within the next couple of weeks, maybe month. The profitability is going to obviously go down on these machines if the coin prices stay the same. So you can see here the difficulty has risen 15% in the last 24 hours. Over the last 7 days, it has gone up 45%. And over the last month, it's gone up 127%. And in the last 3 months, it's gone up 250. Now, the only saving grace that could help these out is if the coins go up in price. You would need Zcash, because this is a Zcash difficulty miner. You would need Zcash to go up 15%. To keep in line with the rise of difficulty, you would want the price of the coin to keep up. I don't know how to do that. 2 hands. You would need the coins to go up faster than the difficulties rising to make it more profitable. But obviously if they stay the same and the difficulty rises, there's all of a sudden this gap, profitable these machines are. I hope that makes sense. I hope I've explained that well enough. Obviously I learned that from my hash flare days. That is the current profitability of the Z9. It's going to take you about 10 months to get a return on investment. After that, anything you mine is pure profit. This machine runs at about 1100 watts from the wall, so depending on what you pay kilowatt per hour. But this is calculating that you're going to be spending on electricity about $4 a day. Now obviously if you do $4 a day times 30 days, that would give you $120. So that's what it's going to cost you to run a big Z9. I want to go on to a more touchier subject. Back at when I ordered this machine, obviously we debated, me and Team BitGlen, which if you want to be a part of Team BitGlen, I welcome you, any newcomers. The link to the Telegram group chat is down below. No shilling, no scams, it's just people talking about crypto. And in there we were discussing in quite depth whether it's better to buy 4 Z9 minis or 1 big Z9. Now at the time we didn't know if you could overclock the big Z9. We knew that you could overclock the little Z9, but then they started to bring out reports that Bitmain were restricting them, and they were right, they have restricted them, but you can still overclock them, which I am currently. So instead of getting 10,000 souls, you can get about 14,000 souls. But before, the other ones were achieving 16 to 18. So let's just base it on the batch 2 figures. If I'd bought 4 Z9 minis, I would be getting right now 14,000 souls times 4. I'd be getting 56,000 souls. 56,000. Now, if we do the same for electricity, they generally run at about 320. Base it on the high figure, 320 times 4. you're looking at 1,280 watt. Obviously my price of electricity stays the same. Now let's look at the profitability. Now you can see there straight away that it's saying there it mines $26 a day, and the profitability of that is 21, 22 pretty much dollars a day. Now if we do that return on investment calculator, now what I would need to do is obviously calculate how much it would cost you for 4 Z9 minis, including customs tax, the delivery and everything like that. Now that would be quite easy because I've kept a record of it. Really all I need to do is pretty much double these costs here. So we're looking at the time 850 times 4, which is 3,400, which is about the same as what the Z9 was, so you know that was right. You would have had to buy 2 power supply units, so we want to add on another $210 for that. 1 power supply unit can power 2 machines, so if you have 4 machines you only need 2 power units. Plus we want to add on the delivery, which is $180, so let's double that, because obviously if I'd ordered 4 of them, so we're doing $360. And then we're going to do double the amount of customs tax, so instead of $449 it would actually be $900 customs tax. So that means my total spend would be $4,870, as opposed to what I've currently spent on the big Z9 of $4,347. So there's not that much in it. There's about, well, I'll say there's about $500 difference. Now what I will say is that you could have used obviously a discount code for all 4 machines and got that cost down, so then it would have been about the same. It'd be about $100 difference in them. Let's say we did get the $400 off them. Bitmain were doing $100 coupons off each machine at the time that I ordered them, so that would bring your cost down pretty much in line with what the big Z9 would have costed me back then. So you can see there it would be a lot better to buy 4 Z9 minis, because if I divide that by 21.8, because they seem to be in between that, $21, $22, that would give me 205 days. Let's divide that by 30 again. That gives me 6.8. So it's actually about a month to 2 months quicker return on investment. And you have the benefit of having 4 separate machines. It's a lot easier to sell 1 Z9 Mini and keep the other 3 going, as opposed to the big Z9. You either sell the whole thing or not at all. So slight benefits there. They draw about the same power from the wall. The major difference is that you can overclock Z9 Minis. If you couldn't, then it probably would swing back into the favour of the big Z9. But at the minute, you can overclock them. So do I wish I'd bought 4 Z9 Minis instead of this big Z9? Yes, as of recording this video. Again, I really stress this because I know I'm going to get a load of comments saying, oh, but Glenn, the machine's gone down in price now, or oh, Glenn, the difficulty's gone up, the coin's gone up, do you still think the same? And the only way that it would swing back into Z9, the big Z9's favour, to buy one of those as opposed to 4 Z9 Minis, is if the price gets dropped on Bitmain's website. Even then, it would have to drop quite significantly. It would have to be around, I would say, $2,500. If it was any lower than that, then all of a sudden the Z9 is more attractive than buying 4 Z9 Minis. But I do wish that I had ordered 4 Z9 Minis. That was the way to go forward. So I've made a wrong call there, I suppose. But it's very close, very, very close between them. But we'll see over the next coming month. What do you guys think about any of the topics that I've brought up? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know some of you out there are really passionate, obviously, about cryptocurrency and mining, and I love hearing all your feedback, whether it's good or bad. Comment down below. Join me in the Telegram group chat and Team BitGlen. There's not just me, there's several people in there that all have different opinions. We also have the Discord group. If you prefer Discord, we can actually live chat to people. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, all under the name BitGlen. That's it from me, guys. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to give this video a like before you leave. And if you're new to the channel, please click the subscribe button. That's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video from Big Glen. Bye.